Previously on this channel, you joined me in Miami, where I boarded the MSC World America for a Caribbean cruise. Emphasis was placed on an outward look since I was interested in being aware of time and place as we made the 50-minute journey out of the port of Miami by heading west to go east. It was a great departure, and this video picks up where I left off. When I went to sleep on day one, we were just off the northern Keys on a 219-degree heading at a speed of 20 knots. We continued this way overnight on the Straits of Florida between the Keys and Cuba. The next day is a full day at sea as we make our way to Roatan, Honduras. When I woke up, we were here, off the coast of Cuba. We need to go around the island nation of Cuba to go south to get to the island of Roatan. Cuba essentially blocks a straight line from Miami to Roatan. So we'll spend the day going around the northwestern part of Cuba, and then we'll head south into wider open waters. Looks like the icon of the seas is doing something very similar to us, but its destination is Costa Maya. I'm having a quick breakfast before setting off to explore more of the MSC World America. I'm starting off near where I woke up in the yacht club, but I worked my way to the aft, passing through some of the recreational areas of the ship. It's a vast at-sea playground up here, but my goal is to see the wake of the ship and the highlight of the day, a view of Cuba on the other side of the ship from my cabin. We don't get to see Cuba views very often. Here, aboard the ship, there are many ways to get sea views. This here is one way I will not be trying. I will, however, be trying some chocolate at Jean-Philippe. What great selections of high-quality chocolate here. The last time I had this brand was in Las Vegas, but I'm excited to enjoy my chocolate here in a seat with a view. After that, I was back to the MSC Yacht Club for some forward-looking views. It's a calm day at sea today. It's almost too calm, and the only reminders of being on a ship are when you look out. I'm taking full advantage of the weather today, enjoying this first day at sea. The windscreens here prevent wind from taking over the outdoor portions on the yacht club deck. Before heading back to my cabin, I had a nice outdoor lunch, and back in my cabin, my sole interest was to see where I was. We've made it around Cuba and are on a southern heading at 196 degrees, bound for the island of Roatan. We'll keep this course at 18 knots for quite some time until our arrival tomorrow morning. I spent the rest of the afternoon exploring the ship, and this being a day at sea, I put particular emphasis on always looking for some connection to the water, no matter where I was. I wasn't about to sit in a casino with no windows. I loved the view of our wake behind us. It was a great day at sea, and as the sun began to set, I retreated back to the yacht club and was treated to yet another excellent meal. After dinner, I attended a performance at the World Theater located in the forward part of the ship. That was followed by a stroll on the upper decks at night, which meant a lack of crowds. What a pleasant, low-key atmosphere. Before I went to sleep, I of course went to the map on the TV screen of my cabin to see that we were passing by two upcoming ports of call, Cozumel and Costa Maya, as we kept a course of 197 degrees to reach the western side of Roatan Island so we can get to its south side and dock. See you all tomorrow morning. When I woke up, we were approaching the dock at Roatan. We traveled around the island's west side to get to the spot that we're in now. We're going to be docking at downtown Coxen. The other cruise ship docking area is Mahogany Bay. I love this carnival ship view, but I'm more excited to see the nearby Juan Manuel Galvez International Airport, which serves this island. Juan Manuel Galvez was the president of Honduras from 1949 to 1954. The airport's sole runway is right up against the water, and I can see it all from deck 19 of my ship. The airport is unique in that its control tower sits on a mountain off-site of the airport property. In 2008, I visited the island of Roatan for the first time and hired a local tour guide to show me around. The first stop was inside the control tower, even though I never asked the driver to bring me there. I got to sit in the local controller's position. If you're a follower of my channel, you know how thrilling this was for me, as this channel places a huge focus on air traffic control. Today at the Roatan Airport, a CM Airlines ATR-72 is getting ready to take off for San Pedro Sula on the mainland of Honduras. I am lucky because this plane will be taking off as we approach the dock. CM Airlines was founded in 2007. CM stands for Cielo Maya, which translates to Mayan sky in English. This ATR will use runway 7 for takeoff. With no parallel taxiway, the plane uses the entire runway to taxi, and once in the end, a U-turn is made to take off. The runway is 7,365 feet of asphalt. If you want to fly to Roatan yourself, major US and Canadian carriers offer service from their hubs, and smaller airlines like this one that you see here offer regional service. The airport is very close to Coxen, and in a few moments, we'll come to a stop at the port of Roatan and Coxen. We can see the dock in the bow camera. We need to pivot around so the other side of the ship is parallel with the dock, and then we can get closer and get tied up. We move slowly with precision with a local maritime pilot on board who knows the waters, ensuring that we avoid the shallow water. Our final docking position will have this side of the ship face the sea, but I'm not complaining at all because this gives me a view of the final approach course to runway 7 at RTB, the airport of Roatan. I had a quick breakfast delivered to my cabin and walked over to the yacht club lounge to await my escort to disembark. Even in the lounge, I had airport views, and I took full advantage. A butler guided me down to a lower deck to disembark. I got a quick glimpse of the ship and was whisked away in a van for today's excursion to Turquoise Bay Beach and Dive Resort on the north side of the island. We docked on the south side of Coxen, and the ride took us through the busy streets of this city of 8,300. Named for pirate captain John Coxen, it was nice to be in the middle of the action right away, and I was especially happy to pass by the airline terminal at the airport just minutes after leaving the port area. The rest of the ride to the east and the north was along bumpy roads, but with beautiful and unique scenery along the way. The ride did become rough at some points because there were several unpaved roads as we reached the western portions of the island, but my ride ultimately arrived at Turquoise Bay, where I was escorted to a private second-level cabana overlooking the beach. It was a cloudy day, but that was actually quite nice as it wasn't too hot. The package for the day included continuous service from the staff, with a staff member coming every 15 minutes, often with some very nice items to eat for lunch. The entire area is pleasant, and if you don't want a cabana, there are plenty of areas to relax near or over the water. Food is always ample here as well. After several hours enjoying the peace of a private space, it was time to make the 40-minute journey back to the MSC World America. This time its route took the reverse from the northeast to the southwest. As we approached Coxen, activity around us picked up and the streets became alive, and with the MSC World America in port today, 6,000 people are being added to the already existing 8,000 here at Coxen. While approaching the ship, I was interested in seeing it, but most of the views were obscured. Unfortunately, when leaving Miami, you really can't get a full ship view, and with the density and close proximity of Coxen to the ship, it's really hard to see the entire ship in just one shot. Once my ride deposited me at the cruise port, I checked out the new shopping area that wasn't there the first time I visited Coxen. Adding these shopping and entertainment centers to the cruise ship dock area is a growing trend in the Caribbean in this area. This area differs very much from the area that we just drove through. On my way back to the ship, I spent my time admiring how massive it really is. My cabin, of course, is on the other side of the ship, and I won't get to see the view that this provides here, but once back in my cabin, I became excited by the fact that there were going to be a few more arrivals to runway 7 at the Roatan Airport. The weather deteriorated a bit, and the visibility went down, but planes kept coming in. I love being close to airports, and I'm excited for our next port of call, Costa Maya in Mexico. And it's now time to get untied on the other side of the ship so we can move off the dock into the night sea. Before dinner, I went to my cabin to see our track. We quickly circled the southwestern corner of Roatan to wind up on a north-northwest heading toward Costa Maya, Mexico. That'll be featured in my next video. So to end this video, I'm taking you to a very nice light show here on the MSC World America and a trip to the Brasserie restaurant, which is part of the MSC Yacht Club. It's their specialty restaurant. I'll see you next time, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss out.